Hey everybody, quantitative displays. This time, this is part 2 because this is a different type of display. This is a stem and leaf plot. So we have some data. It's quiz scores for class B. Let's pretend this is you guys. So here's a bunch of different quiz scores. Obviously they're out of 100. This is quantitative data because it's an amount of things. It's a quantity, like quiz scores are an amount of points or an amount of percentage. So I'm going to make a stem and leaf plot. I'm actually just going to show you a stem and leaf plot for this. It looks like this. So you can kind of see how these match up to the top ones up here. The stems is the 10 spot and the leaves are the 1s. So each leaf stands for a new data point. So 60, so I'll write on here. That point is 60. That point is another 60. That point would be like 70. That point is 71, 73, etc. And you keep going. These are great for a lot of things. They can show you the shape of the data. They can show you various pieces. We'll do the plus and minuses in a second. One other thing that we're really good at, though, is comparing. So let's say I want to see which class is better. Obviously, it's you guys, whoever I'm talking about, because both classes can watch this video. So, so then, if you want to do the other side for a different class, and you're comparing the same data on the same scale, this works really well. So over here, I didn't have any 100%, but obviously class A had a couple 100%. And you can kind of see the scores match up, like the 6.8 matches with 68 over there. The 6.0 matches with the 60. The 7.5 matches the 75, etc. I'm going to make my pen bigger. My rainbow pen. 70 matches with 70. So you can kind of see how that works. One really important thing when you're doing a stem and leaf plot is you need a key. I don't know if this means 60 or 6 million. I don't know what they're in. So I have to write a line like 6. I could pick any point. I could use 71 or 77, whatever. I'll use 68. 6/8 equals 68. That's how you write the key. One thing I also need to do is I need to do a title. Anytime you're working with anything, you need a title. Especially if you're showing a display and you want full credit for it. So let's call this quiz scores for Martha's class. And then you can also label your numbers by labeling the key. So we'll say percent, 68%. So 6/8 means 68%. And you can kind of look and see the shape of these two things. Like you can see that, use my rainbow pen, like this class had a lot of like 70s and 60s, like not that great, nothing in 100. This class over here, that's a little taller, right? The good stuff's on the high end, so you can kind of see this shape is skewed a little differently. And we'll talk about shapes later, but it's really good for seeing those things. Anyhow, the last thing I want to talk about with stem and leaf plots is the pluses and minuses. So more spread out data works than dot plots. It's a little better than dot plots from over here, but we're not so good at comparing data sets. Sorry, it's really good at comparing data sets. It's really good for seeing each individual point. I could get rid of the data and still know what I'm talking about. You can see the shape easily. It's quantitative data, so that's just saying it works for your amounts of things like quiz scores, points, percentages, that kind of thing. It's still hard to do these things if you have a ton of numbers or really big gaps. Like it's hard to write like 100 numbers if I have 100 students. That's not going to be great for my life. And then, so really that's the main downside. Stem and leaf plots are awesome as long as you don't have tons and tons of numbers. You can even pick out, I could even, from the stem and leaf plot, I could find the median, mean, that kind of thing, just by looking at the numbers. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day.